And it's funny because there are some lines where Meg says, I'm too cool to fight over dick. And Flo Mili over here said, I'll give you the 2-piece if you mess with me. So I thought that was so interesting. It's like, listen, I will fight over dick and I'll beat your ass.
Yeah. Hey, good for her, man. She knows, she's a woman that knows what she wants.
Mm-hmm. And can throw hands, apparently. Good afternoon, beautiful people. This is another episode of Album Mode. We review a new album every single week. We look at the lyrics, the production, the overall aesthetic of the album, and how the album fits into the context of that artist's career. Everyone watching on YouTube, you know what to do. Like this video, share it with your people, and of course, make sure you're subscribed. My name is Adriel Smiley, a.k.a. AdrielSmiley.com, a.k.a. Adriel Smiley Official, a.k.a. The Godfather, and we are here back-to-back like Lethal Weapon, back-to-back Jordan 96-97 with His Royal Highness King Grant.
What's happening, people? We are back. It's the double. This is the first video double we've ever done.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's the first video double we've ever done. So please excuse us wearing the exact same clothes.
Nah, fly fits back-to-back.
Yeah, maybe we should next.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Maybe next time we'll alternate the clothes. But this is the first ever video double of Album Mode.
Yes.
Right. This time we're reviewing Flo Mili, Fine Ho, Stay. One of my favorite album titles of the year.
Yes.
Because I could definitely get the emotion out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I will explain for people on YouTube. We do double. I want to say very rarely.
Mm-hmm.
We don't often do doubles.
Yeah.
But when a lot of albums come out on the same day, we will do a double. Right? Unfortunately, we did Justin Timberlake's.
People voted.
The people vote. You guys voted. You guys asked for that.
Give people what they want.
You asked for that. I did not want that one. You guys did. So you guys must grin and bear it. Okay.
Yeah.
But I wanted Flo Mili. It was Flo Mili. When we were talking about it, I wanted Casey Musgraves and I also wanted Flo Mili. So we got Flo Mili here. And it's one of these albums that I was excited for. I was excited to listen. I was excited to review.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were, dreaming it up in the production suite
Mm-hmm.
of Album Mode ideation, this was on the list, and I was like, yes, let's do it. So how do you feel about Flo Mili and Fine Ho, Stay?
Personally, Flo Mili is someone who I've always been aware of. Wasn't always listening to her, but some of the women I've been with in the past were Flo Mili fans.
Okay.
So
in the past, not recently.
No, it's
not currently.
Well, I'm on strike,
okay.
but definitely some Flo Mili fans have been around my orbit, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been aware of her music. For me, her voice is kind of like the thing that, kept me there.
Yeah.
But I think this is probably her most anticipated project. I would say Would Never Lose Me being her biggest single to date. She had that song Conceited off her last album, Ho, Why Is You Here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Ho, Why Is You Here? And then after that, You Still Hear Ho. And now we got to find Ho, Stay. The hoes are in all different places in all the sentences. It's hard to keep track. But I think that this, for Flo Mili fans, has felt like a little bit of a rise because she's had a couple of songs go somewhat viral.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just the biggest one of the bunch. Never Lose Me has, really taken over in a few ways. There's a third version of that song on the album.
Yep.
What's your favorite version of that song? There's the original.
Yep.
There's the one with Bryson Tiller. There's the one with Lil Yachty. Yep. And then there's the one with SZA and Cardi B.
Yeah.
And then there's the Sped Up one and the Slow Down. You want to go that far. But which one is your favorite?
I think the one that is on the album, SZA and Cardi B, I think that one is incredible because I think that song, Never Lose Me, is about being an empowered woman,
mm-hmm.
right? So when you were adding all these extra dudes onto it, I'm not here for you. I'm not here for Lil Yachty.
Tell him.
I'm not here for I'm not here for Yachty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here for Bryson Tiller. Even though Bryson Tiller, I feel like, is more sensual than Lil Yachty is.
Yes.
I want to hear about women talking
mm-hmm.
about women on their bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that version of it, especially with SZA being able to give it more R&B, just that R&B texture, have be a little bit more colorful in that way, I think is really good. I love the outro, SZA's outro on it. I love it.
Yep, talking her shit.
Yeah, so I think that this version with all the girls, I'm about that life. That's my favorite version.
I think it's the best one as well. I think that you're right. SZA, her element, perfect. Lil Yachty sang on his version, but SZA and Lil Yachty singing is a little, a little bit different. And then Cardi's energy, like this energy that the song literally starts with "Never had a bitch like this in your life."
Yeah.
A bitch like me in your life. That's Cardi's energy. Like those lyrics. We need Cardi to come stand with that. I think Bryson Tiller actually has the best rapping on this beat. Yeah, for all the Bryson Tiller fans,
wow.
I'm not one of them, but I gotta give all your credit. He did his thing on this beat. Bryson Tiller tickets go on sale tomorrow. But I do think this new version is the best version, and I wanted to bring that up first because it is rare that we get a song like this that has already been played a million times on the internet, a million times on our phones. We've already had a couple remixes of it with the Bryson Tiller and the Lil Yachty. And then on the album to get a third version of the song and it be the best version?
Yeah.
When has that ever happened?
Yeah, it's extremely, extremely rare. But to me, it shows that Flo Mili understands. She's understanding a sequence of like, being able to morph the song multiple times, but also not losing the soul of the song. I feel like every version of the song still has like her sunniness to the song, but also is able to incorporate other elements. Like she's pulling. Remember we talk about, are you going to somebody else's sound, or pulling other people to your sound? And I feel like every single person that showed up, she pulled them into her sound, right?
Yeah.
So I think that her being able to incorporate multiple artists, because those artists are all different. Like SZA to Cardi B, that's a different shit.
Yeah.
Right? And then Lil Yachty to SZA to Cardi B, way different. And Bryson Tiller is literally on I would say the opposite end of the spectrum of what Flo Milli is doing, but it's like similar. It's like a mirror image.
Yes.
Right? It's a mirror image of what Flo Milli is doing. And for it to still fit, all of them to fit, is serious work. So you gotta congratulate her and the producer, because the Cardi B section even has like they repeat it, like they press the button to repeat the beat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this is great work, bro. This is great work.
I think it's a great move, especially because for a lot of people, this is the only Flo Milli song they know. And like you should do with a song that is a smash like this one, put it on the album. That's a normal thing people do. But I think adding these two enormous features give it something new for every listener.
Yeah.
So that was a great move by her. Let's talk about the features on the project. Something I wrote in my notes very quickly is, I can't remember a rap album where there are so many voices I've never heard before in my life. And is there like a standout feature for you on this project?
This might sound like sacrilege, but I think the Gunna feature is very good.
Alert the press.
I think the Gunna feature is solid. Gunna I want to say he assumed the position, because again, Flo Milli's music is really sensual. It's really sexy, but it's also like authoritative in her sexiness. Like she's the prize.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But in Gunna's verse, he recognizes that, and he's like, like sucking on your toes and shit. You know what I mean? So he definitely understood it's Flo Milli shit.
Yeah. I'm
the number two.
I'm not the prize.
I'm not the prize. I'm trying to work for the prize. So Gunna, sprinkle. Okay. But he did. He understood. He understood the assignment, as they say. And he definitely was. I don't want to say submissive, but he was definitely like, this Flo Milli shit, I'm just a second dude in here. Yeah. Right? So he's highlighting her. He was like highlighting everything that she was doing, making her sound even better, even bigger of a boss. So I'm saying that the Gunna feature, of all the features, the Gunna feature is the best feature.
That one threw me for a loop. I was gonna say it might be the worst feature on here.
Really?
To me. Anicia, I think is her name, on New Me. That's one of my favorite songs on here.
Yeah, me too.
On New Me, they absolutely smashed it. So that's the one for me. Like, that's a feature I'm like, okay, I got to figure out who this person is. I got to tap in. And that leads me to the production, because New Me is one of those songs production-wise that it reminds me of the past. It feels like an updated, revamped version of the Snap Trap era.
Oh, okay.
And someone who she's mentioned a bunch of times on this project is Gucci.
Yeah, she's
Uh,
Gucci all the time.
That's where I look at this kind of music is the production, fun, light, heavy hitting. Like this is that bass that Timberlake lost in the woods.
Yes.
It's all on the Flo Mili project. And that song right there, I think anybody could have made that a hit. But I think the way that she rides that beat, so good.
Yeah, I think that her hook on it is really good. Like it's like it's a new me.
Mhm.
You telling this old bitch is a new me. I think that the breathiness of it complements like how ominous the 808s sounds.
Mhm.
Like it's really low key. It's kind of like Chicago drill keys on that.
Yeah.
And then it also has like, like right. The 808s are not friendly. So I think that her
Not friendly, you're right.
I think her higher pitched voice is contrasted really, really well with the
Mhm.
production in that track. And I think that is definitely one of the best ones, one of the best tracks. I think that there's a lot of tracks, and I think that one thing that you mentioned is definitely true, is that there's a playfulness to her music, right? It definitely is hard hitting. Don't get it twisted. I think that there's lots of 808s, lots of muddiness, but she is definitely not trying to make it like she's a mobster, right? Like a song like Toast,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Where it's very empty. It's empty, but it still has that like funky synth,
Airiness.
airy synth, and it's got that like winding synth on it, right? And the 808 is not ominous like we were talking about before. It's more bounce,
Yes. Yes.
right? And the
This is giving like SoundCloud era.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. But it's fun, and
Yes.
that's what SoundCloud era. It was fun.
Yes.
It was fun for a while. So
Yeah. People started dying.
yeah, I think that the lightness, playfulness in her music is really, really, it's creative, but it's also like, it's really sugary. Like I want more of it.
Yeah.
Like I want to hear more and more of it.
Like the cover.
Yeah, it's just like it really is. It complements the cover.
No, and that's why I brought up the Gucci Man comparison, because I think Gucci is like the fun rapper for the men. You know, that's how she is a fun rapper for the women. There's still pussy talk on here, and we'll get some of the crazy lines because she might be Screwface Champion of the Year. Because there's 4 or 5 lines on here where your face absolutely can't help but screw up. But that it's very, very fun.
Yeah.
Very, very fun. Got the juice. I like that beat a lot. I think a lot of her production reminds me of the era when Atlanta really kind of came back into the forefront when trap music was created, like the T.I. Young Jeezy era. What would you call that sound on Got the Juice that's almost like a level up?
It's almost like a level up. I don't know. It's like are you talking about the specific level up's like sound or
In the song and Got the Juice?
Yeah, I think it's a level up sound.
Okay.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it's a level up sound. I think that it also uses really like the sword sound, the like swing sound. Like I think it uses really interesting sounds because there's also horns. Like there's a lot of weird or unorthodox elements coming together to make that song, but they're making it fit very well. Very rarely are you gonna get like a samurai sword sound and be like, yeah, that slaps. Like that's working.
yeah. A samurai sword and a level up in the same song.
Yeah, so
it's giving Zelda.
Yeah, so facts.
100% giving Zelda.
So I think that the production is A1, bro. Like this is, it's not like, oh my God, Kanye West just exploded our brains, but it's like there's a lot of neat, interesting things that are happening where I'm even getting to the point of like, oh, okay, this is a lot of good shit happening. Even in the song like Never Lose Me, where Never Lose Me is so interesting to me when it comes to production, because I was thinking of like, there again, a lot of unorthodox things. Like it has like that owl hooting sound. But then I was like, if you listen to the keys, like it's a really weird pattern.
It's so not dancey, but prancy in a sense. Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out like what's the sequence? Like what is the pattern to it happening? And it's basically, it reflects like the owl hooting sound. There's 2 different hoots. There's like the hoo hoo, and then there's like hoo hoo, right? And the keys alternate based on the owl hooting. So even like that's such a intricate. I want to say we're looking a level deeper, right? Versus like, oh, this just sounds hard. Like call and response between the owl and the keys is something that makes that song. And that's like, you know, you have to seriously be in the lab to be doing shit like that. You know, like that's not amateur shit.
And it makes the song. I'm happy you said that because the beat, the drums, that pattern, for sure, it bangs. But that owl sound makes the song. I think if that owl sound with the call and response wasn't there, this wouldn't be as much of a hit as it is. There are plenty of drums that sound like these drums.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, highlighting that's part of what makes it such a big song.
I agree. So I think that the production overall, I mean, we can go a lot of songs to talk about the production, but overall the production is gone to a point where it's fun, but then it's also intricate at certain parts. Like the hit song is the intricate production song.
How crazy is that?
Right? And you can still have songs like Edible, right? Where it's using more of like an electric guitar to set it up. So there's a lot of good elements here, man.
I got two more production things before we get to lyrics. Never. That's Juicy J and Lex Luthor production.
Shout out to Juicy. The one thing I love about Juicy J, anytime he produces songs, is you have to hear Logic be like, "What the fuck did Juicy say? Shut the fuck up!"
Happy for Logic for making it to become like a drop. Like,
yeah, and that's an iconic drop too. Like it's actually really good.
100%. So I remember the song where he did that. Crazy that that's like a drop now on someone else's music. But this song is from that time, and I think that Flo Mili makes it sound modern. Because when you listen to production away from her voice, away from the music, it's very much 09 to 013. Like, that's a sound. So to hear that sound in the present sound like it fits in, I like that because I do think there's something there of bringing that sound back. And then on Life Hack,
that's almost a drill song.
Life Hack, yeah, no, it is, and it's a mix between a drill song and those old like old hip hop songs where it was like kind of like the beat being played on a desk, table. Yeah, it's a mix between those two, and her choosing that song stood out to me. Choosing that beat, I don't know if it's one of my favorite songs on here, but I just think that she showed her lyrical dexterity to rap on a lot of different things, and to choose that when it's an album full of a bunch of different stuff, that stood out to me. Yeah,
I think that her ability to pull in drill without, it's like it's not a Pop Smoke type of drill. It's more of like a Central C type of drill where it's much lighter, but the thing that is we're identifying in drill is that drum pattern, that right? Versus like the hi-hats in trap where it's just like a ticking sound.
Yeah.
I think that for her to be able to draw that, but to know that her sound is more of a playful sound, so you're more of a Central C type of drill than a unknown T type of drill. Is smart, and it also fits the motif. Like it doesn't exit this colorful, playful motif. It's still pulled in there. The 808s are not as prevalent. In that song, and I think that it still works. You know, not everything has to be like got the juice, okay?
Yeah, facts.
So I think that's really good. I think it also complements her like being able to sing. I think that Flo Mili is a singer. She can sing. Is she gonna be a Mariah Carey 2.0? No. But it's definitely like good. Like when I listen to it, I think her singing is pretty solid.
Yeah, she's not Doja Cat, but I would say one step below.
I agree.
Yeah, not Doja Cat, one step below. I got a couple of great lines from her because she, with the lyrics, man, she
has good ones.
She has some bars in here that just make you screw your face up. On Got the Juice, in the chorus, she says, "I'm so confusing. He can't tell if I'm in love or I'm using. I just lost my eater. Damn, let's get to recruiting. Bitches think I fucked they nigga. Damn, I hate when y'all accusing. Why you stalking on my page? Might as well go stream my music."
I love that part. That's a bar.
Y'all stalking my page? Might as well stream my music?
That's a bar.
Then she said, "I just lost my eater. Let's get to recruiting." Flo Mili, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah, man.
That's it. Like, those are the bars that really hit, really punch. Yeah. And those are the bars that I think that separate her from what women are stereotyped as when it comes to rap, as the pussy rap. there's plenty of I fucked your nigga bars on here, but that's not all this is. This is her talking shit the way Gucci would talk shit.
Yeah.
And I think too, this whole section to me, I'm like, they could make this a man said this and it would fit completely. True. And it would still be a crazy bar. And so that's why I like this part of like, she's talking shit, but it's talking shit that fits for anybody. Why you stalking my page, stream my music? Like, just lost my eater, do some recruiting. Like, we can all relate to that.
Yes, we can. Oh, okay, yeah, we can. I was like, can we all? Can everybody? Can every single person relate to that? But I think that it's great.
Yes,
I think that is definitely a sense that she's flexing on men and women. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. So I think that is also a strength of hers because I do think she does have a little bit of Doja Cat to her.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
But she also has a little Megan Thee Stallion, bro. Not afraid to flex on people. And I think that there's even a section where I think that the hooks even highlight the Doja Catness of her music, where it's still playful, right? But it's in a section where I Can't Stay Mad, which is one of my favorite songs. Very, very lighthearted. But she's like, when you love me like that, the best I ever had, you take me out of my attitude. I cannot stay mad at you. Mad, I cannot stay mad. Mad, I cannot stay mad. When you love me like that, the best I ever had, you take me out of my attitude. I cannot stay mad at you. Mad, I can't stay mad. Her vocals in that section where it's like she's almost kind of making fun of you, but she's also kind of just like, almost like letting go the anger, right? So I think that the emotionality of that hook is really good because I don't know what that tone is, but it feels like she's making fun of you a little bit.
Well, let's go back to our question we had last week. Maybe this will be our question for every review that we do like this. Are you getting an apology, or is only the group chat getting the apology?
I think that. Oh, that's a great question. I think it's a group chat. I think she is not really fully apologizing.
I didn't think so either, but I thought it was great to bring it up. That was great to bring it up. My next lyrics and my last lyrics is "Never Lose Me," because this is something that I really, really noticed right away because I've heard women, at least last year, say the opposite in their raps. So I thought this was interesting. On verse 2 of Never Losing Me, she says, he toting the Uzi, but he acting real bougie. I like to fight over a dick. Ho, don't get hit with the 2-piece. I know you can call if you need me. Tell me you ain't never even leaving. When I suck it, I look in your eyes. You better fuck me like you mean it. This is not the first time someone said fuck me like you mean it. I believe, who said that? Maybe it was Last Dinner Party.
Oh yeah.
So we have a return of fuck you like you mean it. A through line here.
What a crossover.
Listen, I just want to show people, man, just because it's different clothes, the lyrics is not that different. That's why I want to make sure I show people what's up. And then saying I like to fight over a dick. Ho, don't get hit with the 2-piece. I find that so funny because I remember Cardi B on Tomorrow 2 talked about fighting over a dick too. And it's funny because there are some lines where Meg says, I'm too cool to fight over a dick. And Flo Mili over here said, I'll give you the 2-piece if you mess with me. So I thought that was so interesting. It's like both sides are flexing. Yeah. And that's something you don't often see of like one person saying, yeah. Because usually there's the cool guy hating on the simp. Say, oh, you wife her, I one night her. Where is a dude flexing on wife for her? You one night her, I wife her. This is kind of the female version of that. Yeah. So I like to her say, listen, I will fight over dick and I'll beat your ass.
Yeah. Hey, good for her, man. She knows she's a woman that knows what she wants.
And can throw hands apparently.
Yeah, so I think that Flo Millis, she's the dexterity in her raps, because we're kind of talking about the subject matter. Her subject matter selection is really interesting because of what you just said. But I also think like she can rap, bro. Like,
she can rap.
She's really good. I think in Understand is probably like my best example of this, where she uses, this is something that I never really got in hip hop that could have been done but never did. And I think that we're exiting the ad lib time period. I do think we're like distancing a little bit from it.
Yeah.
using the ad lib as part of the rhyme scheme, right? I think that is something that has just been underutilized. Like
Yes.
the last time I can think of somebody that really did this was Quavo in Versace, where like he's like
Wow.
where he was like, where Drake is like, is like talking about Halle Berry, and he was like crash, right? And then he's like smash, right? So even though that Drake's lines rhymed, the ad libs themselves were their own section of rhyming, right? And I think that Flo Milli is able to, she does something similar, not the same, but similar, and I think is actually even close, like better dexterity, where she is, this is in Understand, right? Where she says, looking at that fuck nigga pointed out, ha ha ha, think I'm his lady like gaga gaga, I like them niggas, they stay with that fa fa, gra. Diamonds, they on me, they dancing like cha cha. I'm ghosting niggas poof by Viola. He want that nana. I told him nana. Right?
That's
so
a crazy one.
That section where she goes into the part where she is like looking at these niggas pouring it out, ha ha ha. That section becomes the rest of the rhyme scheme for the rest of the verse. Right? And I think that is something that is underutilized in hip hop. People have not, they just haven't, they haven't used ad libs like that. They just, the ad lib is just a punctuation of whatever is said in their line. Whereas the ad lib is like, why aren't you using that extra word or extra sequence of words to connect
as a device?
Yeah, to connect it as a device and use as a literally a device, which we're talking about literature. The literary device connected to the rest of the verse, right? Most rappers don't do that, but she found a way to do that, which I thought was awesome.
I think it speaks to her style because one, that is the intro. The intro is usually on a rap album where you get the best bars.
Yeah.
Everyone comes with it. I think this album is more fun, so you don't think of it in that way, but it's not a secret that you're highlighting some of the lyrical dexterity on the intro. Yeah. And then as well, I think her rap style makes that more possible. I think that other rappers maybe would over rap this, you know, and I think her, they call it under rapping this, you know, makes it easier for her to do that, because I think of what you just said. There's a version where a rapper tries that, but because they're trying to fit every syllable into these lines, there's no space for that.
Yeah, because this is like I would consider, even though that it's not really, this would be a more lyrical miracle type of thinking of how to rap. Is like,
exactly.
Oh, I got extra words, so let me use the extra words to connect to this part and the blah blah blah. You know, like. But the people that use ad libs a lot are not lyrical miracles. So there's that disconnect of that ability to use the ad libs as a lyrical device to do other things, except for just being like ha ha or like ha or grah, right? You can use that ad lib to connect and make other shit. But the lyrical miracle dudes are not using ad libs.
No.
Right. So there's that missing link right there that she actually picked up.
Yeah.
And created a whole new, like a verse that most other rappers just do not have. Don't have it in their bag.
I'm happy you highlighted that, because I think even though the lyrics aren't deep on this project, there's some things she's doing lyrically that are impressive that I think we're good to highlight. That's it for me for lyrics. I don't have any other lyrics. I want to talk about her career because I think this is big for her.
Yeah, I think that it's big for her too. Also, I just want to say the hooks really fucking good.
Yes.
The hooks. I highlighted like one of the hooks, but the rest of the hooks, like the sung hooks, are really good. Like I said, she's a singer. She can sing. She can sing, and
she can hang.
Yeah, and I think that the sung hooks add like an extra level to like the playfulness, because because you can be a rapper and just straight rap it all the way through, but your music becomes a lot more like serious and a lot more gritty. And considering like the production style, the album cover, the personality that she exudes when she raps, being able to sing like kind of solidifies like the colorfulness of her music. So I think that's a big plus for her as well.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be the project that a lot of people really tap into with her for the first time. I think off the strength of Never Lose Me, and the multiple versions. Cardi is gearing up for album time for her. SZA is as well. And so I think that having
some appearances.
Having those great appearances on this brings way more eyes, to this album. So to me, this is a win for her.
Yeah.
I think I still think there's probably a group of female rappers that she's below. And she's not in that next group yet.
Yeah.
But I think this primes her to the next album cycle around growing to the next group. I think there's a lot of songs on here that can grow as well.
Me too.
I think, songs like New Me, Even Understand, like there's a world where those go viral.
Not sorry.
Yeah, there's a world where those go viral, 3 months from now. So for me, this is a plus in her career.
Yeah, and I think also her lyrics are very literal. What she raps about is very literal.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely helps in our TikTok universe. If you're making lyrics that are, again, like not sorry, literally just like making fun of saying sorry, that can very easily translate.
There's something there.
Yeah, that can very easily translate to a viral video or a dance or some shit like that, right?
Mm.
So I think that it is good for her overall. I think there's very few songs that are not very good. Like,
yes,
there's only, I would say, 2 songs where I'm like, these
Mhm.
are a misstep.
Mhm.
Okay. Clap Some
Yep.
and the song right after, Tell Me What You Want. I think those are the only songs where I'm like, Clap Some is like, I don't know if it's a production flop or it's a lyrical flop, but I feel like it's so serious. Actually, now I'm really thinking about it, because of everything else is so like playful and stuff like that and colorful. This was like really gritty,
Yeah.
really dark. The clapping thing didn't work.
No.
It doesn't work. But it's out of place. And she's not convincing me that she's hard. She's not convincing me.
She did say she'll give a hoe the 2-piece.
But there's a difference between I'm gonna fight somebody and I'm gonna shoot somebody.
You're right. You're
Right,
right.
so
Point made.
So I feel like she is not on that second level. She's on the first level, which is fine. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But that grittiness and darkness, I don't feel like it works for her. Not yet, at least.
Not yet. The album is 14 songs, 33 minutes. So to feel that we have a few that could have been gone, it's like this could have been an album that's under 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite things is the cover.
Me too.
Like,
I love the cover.
Yeah, love the cover. Love the Flo Mili parental advisory at the top. The artwork for Fine Ho Stay.
Yeah. the MTV font, basically.
Both of them. Yeah. It's kind of both versions of the MTV font.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is there. And then the dress she's wearing, her hair color. So this to me would be vinyl worthy just for the cover.
Yeah, because the colors are so nice. Like it's such an eye-grabbing cover. And even that small detail where she has the purse on the heels. Yeah.
That's
so
fire.
You can see there's a lot of like, I think her entire, like this entire album to me, Fine Ho Stay, is like glossiness. But if you really look at it, you see all these like very fine details that are purposefully there, but because of how bright and sunny, playful, colorful that we're saying, like words that we're using, because of that, you can like miss certain things, but just because of our podcast, doing the deep dives, we're able to break down and show you that it's fine-tuned. It's like fine-tuned all the way through.
It's like a flashy player who's fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
Like that's what this is. So this to me, I would say is a borderline vinyl cop. I'm borderline. It's not a no skips. There's like a section of songs that we talked about a little earlier.
Yeah.
I would even
you don't like the Gunna song?
I don't like the Gunna song.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
I can't believe we're on opposite sides of the fence like this.
Yeah, I actually don't like the Gunna song. Yeah,
I like the Gunna song.
So it's like edible, life hack, clap some, tell me what you want. I could leave all of those.
Okay.
But this is borderline. This is borderline because I do love Never Lose Me. It's on this album twice.
I will listen to it twice.
I'll listen to it twice. So it's borderline for me. What about you?
I think it's a vinyl cop for me personally. I love the cover. I think that it's not a no skips. We didn't talk about no skips for JT, but I think that was obvious.
Yep.
But this is not a no skips because I do think the Clap Some and Tell Me What You Want are skippable for me. I think she kind of like stepped outside of the zone that she had, well-established zone. It's not not trying to box her in. I think she just established a very good zone.
Yeah.
To not need to move out of it. But it is a vinyl cop for me. I think so.
So let's hear where you are with the score, Mr. Vinyl Cop.
All right. So Flo Milli, Fine Ho Stay is an 8 out of 10 for me. Wow. This is good. This is good shit.
Okay.
I think I highlighted her rapping, which is I think low key, but she's using like devices that most people do not. I'm going to say that about her.
No, most people do not. You're right.
The ad lib creating the rhyme scheme for the rest of the verse is something that I think is underutilized, and she figured out a way to use that. I think the singing is solid. Not Sorry is one of those examples of like very lush, but it can be hush. But it's also I always feel like she's making fun of you at the same time as also feeling remorse. So Not Sorry is like an example of that. Can't Stay Mad is an example of that. So the emotionality in her singing is working. Rapping is working. The production, very colorful.
Yes. Right?
I feel like she's always existing in this like very airy, but there's sometimes the 808s there and bouncing. Sometimes it's not. Like there's good use of a lot of a lot of instruments, even the sword sounds that we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
So I think it's really good. This is an 8 out of 10. This is one of my favorite rap albums this year.
Wow. I like this album a lot too. Flo Mili, Fine, Ho, Stay. I'm at a 7 though.
Okay.
I think that I have more songs I don't like than you do.
Yeah.
And I think that having the few songs I don't like while the album is short, it loses a little bit for me. Because I think that what I'm really seeing is maybe 20, 25 minutes of consistent bangers.
Yeah.
But I want to see 40 minutes of consistent bangers. But I do think this, to me, cements her in the echelon of the best female MCs right now.
Ooh.
I think even though there's some making, I think, better music like a Doja Cat or Lil Sims, I think skill-wise, like, to me, she is what you say Meg Thee Stallion is in terms of a rapper.
Okay.
I think how you talk about Meg Thee Stallion, Flo Milli is really that.
Okay.
So I think this is a plus for her, but 7 out of 10 for me. I want to do 7.5, but we're gonna stay at 7.
Okay.
We're gonna stay at 7. But I say this: the songs on here that I do love
them.
I'll be listening to all year round, like for sure.
So yeah, Flo Milli is doing real work out here, man. I'm pleasurably surprised because I was like, okay, it could be like I've heard some of her songs before, and I'm like, okay, you know, she's got some stuff, she's got some action. And we heard the single, and we're like, there's some serious, you know, anybody can. I'm not gonna say anybody can drop a single and it'd be huge, but we've seen multiple singles by multiple artists go huge, and then we tune into the album and we're like, where's the sauce?
Yes.
I only have the chicken, right? I only have the chicken wings. Where's the sauce on the chicken wings? She is dousing those chicken wings.
Yeah, no, she got all the sauce.
Yeah, she's got sauce for days. So I'm big on this. 8 out of 10. I'm so proud of this. 8 out of 10 for Flo Milli.
Big thank you to all the women who brought Flo Milli into my life. Whether you see this or not, I want to thank you for your time. If you've made it to the end of the podcast, you know what to do. Leave us a rating and a review. 5 stars, not a single star less. Of course, find us on the interwebs at Album Mode Pod on Twitter, at Album Mode Pod on TikTok, at Album Mode Pod on Instagram, and on YouTube. Yes, watch us on YouTube. Listen to the podcast. Head over to YouTube. Subscribe to us. Like this video. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. All my Flo Milli fans, please be present. Let us know what you think. And of course, until next time, know yourself, know your worth.
Later days.